Good question. Let's jump into the drafting phase and find out. I'm hoping a lot that Team EVO is able to bounce back here in game number 2.
The show has just begun after all. Ladies and gentlemen, between FIMP versus EVO, FIMP didn't manage to get himself game number 1, but this drafting stage is going to tell us a little bit more as we already moved on to 3 picks right off the bat.
Team EVO wanted to be, they're going to do it all over again, right? Same bands coming in from both sides. Yeah. Nothing has changed. Again, same first picks coming in from both sides. I'm just surprised that Team EVO decided, you know what? Being on first pick, maybe not so bad.
This is an approach at iteration. I get it. You want to just change a few things so that you can do the same approach and maybe do better, but I don't think I'd be saying it right if I said game 1 was close. So I don't know if iteration works.
See value in me?
I guess their laning could have been slightly better. I guess they can technically... early farm this is what I was hoping for.
Is to trick.
We deviated from the curve, no longer the same. We were expecting a Yuzhong, but for Ram is here. What does this mean for EVO?
It means in game 1 they didn't like Alien's glue.
Yeah, they're like, stop it, glue. No more Alien. No more than this. Although I will say that at least with Fredrin being still locked in as a potential flex pick, it still poses that secondary question. It's like, yes, we have the answer, but we also pose you another question. Is your EXP laner going to be able to kind of match up against our Fredrin if we throw it in? And are you even considering banning out the Lancelot now that Farmus has already been picked up? Force back into that corner, you know? Don't want him to get on that neutral.
Yep, this is the answer to your question, Gideon.
No Lance?
Yeah, no Lance because there's no need to rush that jungle. There were no junglers banned except for the Fanny. And I'm thinking... Kyura can just do anything he wants. That Bane came out of nowhere last game.
There's a lot of options after all. If they want to go for Lance, being able to weave in and out to get the Lord, that will be fine, or the Turtle. I mean, Akai is a very oppressive jungler as well. Just being able to just push everyone away. I think that could very much be one of the perfect options for FIMP, depending on how this banning stage goes.
With this Claude ban, I understand, and I think Coach Bad Galsef and their analyst Osprey saw this coming. Yeah, they're gonna try to repair the situation, pick up the Faramis. Let's get the counter pick up, the Melissa, and then give Sunshine a winning pick.
Yep, and they're gonna really punish this gold lane, right? We see the Claude immediately ban out, and I'm expecting the Beatrix to come up pretty soon after, or even the carry. Personally, I don't mind the carry getting led through in comparison to the Beatrix, but that's a personal preference. We don't know about the team. Coming back to Team EVO, the fact that they banned out the Franco already tells us that, okay, we need to make sure that there's a possibility that there is no possibility that if we lock in Joy for ourselves, at the very least, nobody can stop her, nobody can suppress her.
Oh yeah, there has been an uncanny and uncharacteristic absence of Joy this time around, but the suppress heroes are still high priority. Oh no, Fireflux attacking Biston's hero pool.
As expected. I'm a little surprised they wanted to get rid of the Harrod this time. I guess there is a level, as the quote said, of respect, but they will manage.
So despite the fact that when it comes down to statistics-wise, Harif didn't seem to do that much in the previous game, but it's pretty much said to be true that the Harif did do something to their either mental or the fact that it did do something to them.
Well, I think it's definitely a lot of respect for sure. Atlas as well. Yep, both FIMP and Team EVO, they look at each other, they're like, all right, eye for an eye, we are equals.
Then this has to be the Minotaur, right?
I mean, sounds like it.
One or the other comes up, and then you just win even with a cult altar. The Minotaur just says, yes, please.
What's worse is that they have a Valentina on their side, so it's going to be Minoan Fury plus Cult Altar, so there's no real reactive response, unless maybe they get like a Varus somehow.
Not even. They can even steal the Divine Judgment and stop the Cult Altar completely.
Yeah, I don't know, because with Team EVO, like, how are you going to fit more answers? You've already got your lanes locked in. It's like you want some AoE. Farso looks like a good idea, but it's like, there's no space. There's no space.
I mean, what we can possibly expect, I mean, we've seen in the other regions of MPL, we can see the Fredrin go to EXP, Kaja goes over to the jungle, and Faramis going to the roam. So at least when it comes down to the mage, we can kind of open that avenue.
I mean, that's really pulling a lot of strings to make it happen.
And then you revert to the problem in game 1 wherein you're completely reacting. You're the one who is forced to sit shotgun while Fireflux drives this vehicle on a one-way ticket to the knockout stage. I do like this though. EVO understands that, hey wait, they still have that hero pick for Alien that could just flex, but right now they're looking for a jungler. What is this? Lancelot Bane? I like the Bane.
Yeah, the Bane
is still
like,
good.
Why not, right? I mean, yes, you can technically go for Lancelot, but honestly, with the amount of AoE damage that you have, the AoE setup that you have, the Melissa who's able to hit multiple targets at once with the activated muddles, might as well, right? A deadly cash to kind of seal the deal.
And just push real quick. That's one of the problems that exacerbated EVO's situation in Game 1. EVO's situation in Game 1.
So what are we looking for? More damaging jungler or more utility jungler? Damage Ling.
How about all the damage?
All the damage, all the
Okay.
chips.
Okay. And Amon, I think this is the third time that we've seen Amon.
Yep, second time in the hands of Fireflux.
I'm so surprised. I'm very surprised that he decided to do this.
I'm here for it. They're gonna go Death Ball, because if you go for the Bane or something else that is similar, you're attacking objectives. You're honest about it. But this time around, Fireflux says, "Nah, let's kill them first, and then we go for the objectives."
Oh boy, this is going to be quite the game. But I think I have to admit, FIMP, I think they've got this in the bag.
I like
Just
it.
like that? Okay.
Just like that, what other responses could you possibly get? Even if you get creative, right? How many 50-50 gambits must you take to get ahead?
Minoan's Fury, we're looking at the Cal's Altar as well. The answers, it's not really presented.
Valentina issues.
That's what's scarier.
That's scary.
You're posing questions while presenting answers as well. Fireflux and Community looking to go for the throat here, looking for the sweep. What does EVO have to present to stop them from doing that?
Now, what I'm looking at from the side of FIMP, it kind of seems like it's almost like that front four that Gideon was talking about. They're just rushing onto the orange, but albeit a little bit of the flip side, right?
Yes. I call it the fast four.
Fast four.
Exactly.
Family.
Exactly. Because initially, we saw this from Echo. We saw how they abused the fact that LPC is walking into Little Wanderer and is like, I'm about to hit my ultimate. You really want to fight me on this? And we can really turn that momentum very, very quickly. But in terms for Team EVO, this early game is going to be an all or nothing at level 4. 20 August, please don't die.
Aggressive opening, aggressive positioning from 20 August already expended the flicker, trying to get himself away. Luckily,
Wait, one more skill
is
shot.
this buying time?
Oh.
Okay.
He's alive.
He's alive, and I think that he did manage to buy a little bit more time and to make sure that Kira is a little bit slow when it comes down to the EXP gains.
If anything, they bought some time. Kira is slightly behind.
I think Kira is actually going to be a lot more behind than we're going to imagine here, right?
Right.
Your name should be hitting level 5 off of this gold crab. The fact that he was able to... Wait, did he get the Little Wanderer? It was on top side, so he got the Little Wanderer as well. He should be hitting level 5 very, very soon in comparison to Kira, who's only going to hit level 4 right after this camp. Yep, there we go, level 4. And then as expected, Your Name is going to be walking over to the neutral.
Though early 300 gap between the two junglers, I think that is definitely going to make quite a bit of difference when it comes to the upcoming jungler. Oh, Opa going down that early, not what we want to see.
And this whole time, Alien was buying time. He popped the sprint, but yes, it's another failed rotation. EVO, essentially, they close the gap. Fireflux Impunity now, making a way for the turtle.
And now Alien immediately trying to get more opening down as he grabs onto the side of that Fredrin. He can't get any closer, but Alien tries to bring him closer a little bit. Turtle's HP is still going A-OK, as FIMP doesn't really care too much about that. Opa jumps onto the backline, received quite a bit of damage from the side of Amon, but he's gonna be A-OK. Still, not a lot of casualty coming from both sides. They are only in for the objective. But Alien, he doesn't seem like he can come down anytime soon, and the Black Dragon form merges him.
Nicely done coming in from the side of Team EVO. I like the idea that Alien had. He was trying to pull Your Name outside of the call altar and then look for Kira to throw in the Endless Shark to burst him down before this becomes a 50-50. Unfortunately, at the very least, Agi was like, nope, flicker forward. I'm going to save my boy and hold him on for as long as possible, and then maybe we can look to turn the fight.
Not just. Oper was also playing man-to-man defense like his life relied on it. And it kind of did. His team's tournament life is relying on it, and that's going to be key here. Everyone from EVO at this point in the early game, in the laning phase, seems to be on point. They understand, so no huge flubs just yet. This is good. This is a great way to get to game 3.
Apex opens up on the 20 August. Kira jumps over to the back, trying to get a kill on the Biston just by a little bit, and did manages to right under the turret's nose.
This is going to be hard given that Piston needed space. Piston needed to farm up to be able to win that lane against Melissa, against Sunshine, but I don't know how they're going to do it now. FIMP way ahead, 600 gold this early on.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, Eggy's role is so important here, right? Oh, wait, hold on.
Apex 47, close to it, 20 August pop.
Unfortunate. Will they be able to get the time? I don't think so. Fiora's trying to make it out of here, but these endless shards are starting to really stack up, especially with the momentum that he's getting. He's going with Mystery Shop. He's got 2 kills already. He is starting this snowball early.
The Cult Altar has already been forced out, so at least for the side of FIMP, they are very confident that they can have their own Cult Altar. But do they want to push for that? Do they want to just kind of like get all aggressive just because of the fact that Paramis can't get that out?
I mean, there's 2 ways of looking at it, right? Yes, they can technically get really, really aggressive, but they're still ultimate dependent. Even though the Call Altar is coming out defensively, it is matching up with the all-timers of people like Apex and as well as Kazue. But at the end of the day, they have to match up Roamer for their mid laner.
Here we go, quick turtle take by Fireflux. They are going to lose that trade up top unless they have an answer. Are they going to make it in time?
Well, all the energy turret is going to be taken down from the top side. The gold laners are pretty darn happy with what they have got. Kazu joins into the fray, terrifies down on the 20th August, brings him down, and Sunshine takes the kill.
They're going to redive this. Apex, he's got them in No Fury. They know they can do this.
Oh, it does seem as though the proxy did manage to work, but they don't really want to go for the kills per se. They want to focus on the turrets first. While Alien and Apex, he just hold it down. Grab, lands right on top of Agi, and doesn't seem like he will be able to do much at this right now. Opa, all the way on the back. He tries to go for the Dragon Tail, hoping that he will be able to build up a little bit more shard residue. As Kazu pops out, he still has the Cult Altar. They bring your name down. 2% down from the side of EVO, while only 1 from the side of FIMP. Make that 3 from the side of EVO as FIMP continues with this landslide.
They overloaded Oper.
True, that was a beautiful fight coming out of FIMP. Apex, my God, let's look at the replay one more time and let me explain to you how insane this was. They hold them hostage underneath the tier 2, in between the tier 1 and tier 2, until they see the full commitment as Alien pulls 1 back. The Mignon Fury looks great, and Opera, he responds correctly, but Apex delays him ever so slightly. That 1 second could be 1 extra second of him being in this residue. The Dragon Tail doesn't connect on Kazue to secure the kill at the same time. 1 second difference.
I'm not so sure if now it's a terrified or it's just Oper not finding the right targets. Right? Is it him just going, which way? Or literally he had no choice?
It's the terrify. That's the best way to kind of explain it, right? Because at the end of the day, you need to be able to secure these kills, but if you have enough heal, and especially if you have the time being bought by Apex and as well as Kazue, it's even better. Look at this snowball!
This is terrible! Under 7 minutes, Fireflux have already committed Grand Theft Orange. And we're not even to the Lord state just yet. This is the last turtle of the game, and they're barreling on ahead. Almost 5k ahead. They're outgunned. They're outmanned. And look at this Apex.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. EVO still wants to take the fight onto the Lord as the turtle, but unfortunately they can't bring it down. Your name takes the first blood, or rather he himself goes down first. Edgy also down. EVO gonna have to go on a full retreat, losing the turtle as well as the middle lane first tier turret.
Abstract, it might as well have been the Lord. At the way Fireflux is going, how quick it is.
It should have been, huh?
Yep. I mean, these next 3 minutes, it's just recovery. It's just trying to stop the bleeding from Team EVO. For FIMP, you have now full access to Team EVO's jungle and Opera.
The snowball is way too huge at this point in time. EVO finds it hard to come back into this, and they try to defend the second tier. Doesn't quite work. 20 August is all the way in the front lines, and still having some a bit of respect from the side of FIMP.
I don't know. At this point, I feel like FIMP just disrespect them at this point because it's really hard to lose from this particular position, and knowing that if you are moving as 5, it's very hard to make these minimal mistakes at the end of the day, right? Tier 2s are going to start falling, and you're right, Leo. It's basically like taking the Lord. They're going to take every single outer turret and leave the inhibitors for the Lord to start crashing into.
Say what you will about the next few minutes being recovery, but I don't think Fireflux is going to allow them to do just that. I was looking at their inventory earlier on, talking about EVO EVO here, a lot of them built Radiant armor. It costs about 1,800, right?
Right.
But at this point, I think you need an Athena shield. You're gonna need the extra instant magic defense plus the HP regen that you get much faster from this point with the Athena shield, but they just don't have the extra 300. It's that tight.
They need an instant gratification, right?
That's right.
They can't stack it up any longer. They can't even hold a fight for too long.
Not with the Radiant armor, but wait, what happened there?
What?
Four-man. Four-man
Okay.
attack. Sunshine was a little too confident.
Yeah, but they also got 20 August to use his flicker, which is, Sunshine's gonna look at the rest of his team.
Was
It's like,
it?
hey, I'll be back in 10 seconds. Don't worry about it. When the Lord spawns, take your time. I'll be there to join the fight. And we got
Yep.
this game in the bag.
I mean, they do have Alien after all. He will be able to create that much amount of space until Sunshine comes back to initiate for the Lord.
Well, there's
Ouch.
one time that you're okay with the Radiant armor, but wait, look, they're in!
SA Pax 47 with no one's fury throws everyone else up into the air, and the rest of the members for the side of FIMP is pretty much showing the entirety of EVO's like hungry toddlers. They are a man on a mission like possessed, and they want to just go straight in for the inhibitors. It doesn't seem like he would want the game to end right now. Cura finishes him off as he overextends that bit as he wants to hold his team together.
Yeah, and Kira, he's not even doing anything too fancy at this point. He's letting his team do the majority of the work. He doesn't want to stack that Radiant armor as quickly as possible, so he just throws his ult, lets the rest of his team do all the damage, and he'll collapse and crumple like paper.
This is, disconnect, miscommunication across the board, especially from that bottom lane. I think, was I correct to see that it was Eggy who flickered in with a attempted pull?
Yeah.
When you're down 10K?
He made a gambit, and I respect him for that.
All in.
They've got to try. They have to try something. I mean, it's a 10K gold lead, and at this point, you can definitely see the desperation on Team EVO. The fact that Opper is going in with the Black Dragon for pre-lore, they can just let these waves crash into the inhibitor, and then start contesting for neutral.
It seems like it's mass hysteria.
I can't imagine seeing them just holding themselves inside the base and clear the waves. But hold on a second, Tony August found one on the Cura, but it doesn't seem like they will be able to bring him down at all just yet, as Cura still hangs on to behind. He's gonna be A-OK. The rest of the members coming from the side of FIMP just gonna be jumping right on to Piston, but he managed.
Triple kill coming in huge from Kazue to finish off this game. GG, well played, FIMP.
Piston was so close to getting back into the safety of the fountain, but let's be honest here. With all of his team taken down, what can he possibly do against that massive wave?
There was nothing. I'm thinking of answers. I'm thinking of ways things could end up.